You work hard. You really do. You see the money come in, you watch it go right back out, and then you're just waiting for that next paycheck to hit. And you're left wondering, why? After everything I do, why am I still broke? Well, let me tell you, it has absolutely nothing to do with how hard you work.
Let that sink in. You are not lazy. You're not bad with money. You've been programmed, systematically programmed by your own biology, by your childhood, by the world around you to fail. Now, this isn't some excuse, it's an explanation. And understanding that programming is the only way you're ever going to break free. Okay, first things first, we got to get one thing straight, and this comes from financial psychologist Dr. Brad Klontz. There's a huge difference between being broke and being poor. Being broke, that's just temporary. It's a math problem. You're just short on cash right now. But being poor, that's a mindset. It's a whole different animal. It's a set of beliefs that keeps you trapped. No matter how much money you make, you could be earning six figures and still be operating from a poor mindset. And our mission here is to shatter that mindset. So let's peel back the first layer of this programming, your own brain. Every single day, there is a silent war going on inside your head. And guess what? It's actively sabotaging your entire financial life. Now, there's a fancy scientific name for this. It's called hyperbolic discounting. Sounds complicated, right? But it's actually dead simple. Your brain is hardwired to want stuff now more than it wants better stuff later. It's a survival instinct left over from our caveman days. You know, our ancestors had to grab the berries they could eat today because who knows if they'd be around for a bigger meal next week. The only problem is we're still running that ancient software in a world of Amazon Prime and credit cards. And this right here is the battlefield. You've got your limbic system, the primal, emotional part of your brain, and it's just screaming, I want that dopamine hit. Buy it, do it now. But then you've got your prefrontal cortex, the logical planner, just kind of whispering in the background, hey, maybe we should, save for the future? Now, in a fight between a scream and a whisper, who do you think wins most of the time? And this is what that battle looks like in the real world. Payday loans, buy now, pay later services. They are financial predators designed specifically to exploit this glitch in your brain. They offer you a tiny, immediate reward, a little cash right now, in exchange for massive long-term pain. It feels like a lifesaver in the moment, but it's really just an anchor pulling you down deeper and deeper. But believe it or not, it gets even worse. It's not just that your brain is wired against you. The actual state of being broke makes your brain less effective. This brings us to the second, terrifying mechanism, what scientists call the scarcity tax. Look at that number. I want you to really see it. Researchers at Harvard and Princeton found that when people were stressed about a major financial problem, their performance on cognitive tests dropped by the equivalent of 14 IQ points. 14. To put that in perspective, that's the difference between being average and borderline deficient. It's like functioning after pulling an all-nighter every single day of your life. Now, let's be clear, this has nothing to do with intelligence. It's about mental bandwidth. Think of your brain like a computer, constantly worrying about bills, rent, groceries. It's like running a dozen heavy programs in the background. Everything slows down. All that mental power you need for planning, for resisting impulse buys, for seeing the bigger picture, it's just not there. It's being eaten up by the tax of just trying to survive. And if you need undeniable proof, look at this incredible study on Indian sugarcane farmers. These farmers get paid once a year, right after harvest. So they're poor right before, and they're flush with cash right after. Researchers tested them at both times, and the results were insane. The exact same farmers performed way worse on cognitive tests when they were broke, and way better after they got paid. The only thing that changed was the money in their pocket. And all of this leads to a conclusion that flips everything we've been told on its head. We think people are poor because they make bad decisions, but the science shows the opposite is true. People make bad decisions because they are poor. The stress of poverty itself drains the mental resources you need to make good decisions, which of course just creates more poverty. It is a vicious, brutal cycle. So you've got your own biology fighting against you, and you've got the scarcity tax draining your brain. But there's a third layer of programming we have to talk about, the financial software that was installed in you by your family and the world around you, your money scripts. Seriously, just take a second and think about this. What did you hear about money when you were a kid? Was it the root of all evil? Was it something that doesn't grow on trees? Did you watch your parents fight about bills? Or did they spend every last dime the second they got it? All of those experiences wrote a code that you are still running today, probably without even realizing it. And if your personal programming wasn't bad enough, our entire society is designed to reinforce it. The system is rigged to make you fail. One-click purchasing removes any moment of hesitation. Buy now, pay later services make debt feel normal. And you're constantly bombarded with marketing that screams, you deserve it, framing impulsive spending as a form of self-care. It's a trap, and it's everywhere. So that's the programming. That's the trap. And honestly, it's easy to hear all this and just feel completely hopeless. But this is the pivot, right here, right now. This is where it all changes. Because you are not just a victim of your programming. You can become the architect of a brand new system. Let's talk about how you rewrite the code.
This is maybe the most important thing you're going to hear. Real, lasting change doesn't start with actions. It starts with identity. Most of us try to change by focusing on an outcome, like, I want to save $10,000. It fails because we haven't changed who we are at the core. Change has to come from the inside out.
The way forward is these 3 steps, but in an order that might surprise you. First, forget the outcome. Start with identity. Decide who you want to be. Not, I want to be rich, but I am a person who values financial freedom, or I am an investor. Once you have that identity, the performance becomes obvious. What does an investor do? They automate savings, they track their spending, they delay gratification. And when you start performing like that person, the outcome, the money, the freedom, it just follows. It becomes inevitable. This question is your new weapon. This is your new operating system. The next time you're about to buy something you don't need, stop and ask yourself, what would a financially successful person do right now? When you get an unexpected bonus, ask that question. This one simple question forces you to act in line with your new identity, not your old, broken programming. It's a game changer.
And you know what the best part is? This isn't about willpower. Willpower is weak. It runs out. Remember the scarcity tax? You can't rely on it. The secret is to stop fighting and start designing. Design an environment where the right choice is the easy choice. Automate your savings so you never even see the money. Delete your credit card info from websites. Unsubscribe from all those tempting marketing emails. Make good decisions automatic.
And this quote says it all. Success isn't about one big win. It's not about some heroic effort. It is the boring, unglamorous result of doing the right little things over and over and over again until they become who you are.
So let's bring it all home. Yes, you were programmed. Your brain, your stress levels, your upbringing, it all built a system designed to keep you right where you are. But listen to me. You are not just the software. You are the programmer. You have the power to open up the terminal and write a completely new code. This isn't going to happen overnight. It starts with one choice. The choice to put $50 into savings instead of spending it. The choice to walk away from that impulse buy. The choice to ask yourself that new question. Every single one of those small decisions is you writing one new line of code for your new life. And that is the final hard truth. Just knowing this stuff isn't enough. Your old programming will keep running on default until you make the active choice to build something new. If you don't change this, nothing will change. The choice is yours, and it starts right now.